Yo, 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 what's good? What's poppin'? What's poppin'? What's poppin'? What's happening? It's your boy, it's your dog, it's the God, it's the GOAT. It's Thomas the Prophet here, man. How y'all doing? I don't doing shit. I'm alright. You see how light it is outside? I'm actually recording a video like at 11 something in the morning. And I ate breakfast, so we can say it's a good start because I don't really do this. But man, I just felt compelled to make a video right now. Hopefully, I could talk about what I want to talk about because I got work, so I need to hurry up. But I don't know. I felt like just talking about with the video, just the lack of humanity nowadays, and how I just like just what's going on in this world, man. I honestly feel like people just don't care no more or love the way they're supposed to, and it's really affecting us all. And it's just like well, I'm just wondering what started all of this. I mean, we can blame social media in this very much a culprit because common sense and humanity and morals kind of went down the drain when social media became more prominent, or just people became more exposed for their evils. So it's either people in society has always been this way, or social media just made it worse, especially as you grow. But it's just I guess the thing on my heart and my mind is just like it's hard to be yourself, living in a world where everyone functions the same almost. People don't care equally. People too scared to care. Like in my last video, hopefully I keep continuity. Like people more will rather be bad and do the wrong thing and hurt someone else than to be good and do the right thing, fearing that they will get hurt. You know what I'm saying? And it's really a negative mind state to have because we know a lot of the evils and the wrong that's happening and going on in this world. Some things is bigger, some things is smaller, but everything matters. The one thing is that we all gotta make things matter. We gotta take things seriously. We gotta take ourselves and each other seriously because not taking things seriously and not caring about nothing kind of led the world to and people to being the way that they are nowadays. You know what I'm saying? Like relationships is dead, friendships is dead, common sense ain't so common. People lack self awareness and consciousness. People are toxic and evil and lustful and promiscuous and greedy. People hate the truth. People hate to be confronted with themselves and their BS. And people just don't know how to treat people. There's a lack of human decency and humanity. People had no regard for human life. Men treat women the way they do and have. Women really treat men the way they do and have. And like a lot of the evils in the entertainment and social media really inspire negativity, or just giving people that shouldn't have that power just because they sorry, just because they look good or make good music, the ones that pop. Because like I feel personally they make people that are famous or gather a following on things like social media, music, entertainment for a reason, because they know them people is going to be the ones that destroy the community. And I ain't just talking about, even though the black community is the main focus of mine. Even though I wish it could, even though it's just a humanity thing, because we shouldn't live in a world where the color of our skin determines so much. But it should be what it be, and it needs to be confronted. Because at the end of the day, we all human. Like, man, it'd be cool if we would just like our eyes closed and like see each other's like auras and energies and shit. If y'all get it, but the devil is really playing a lot of games. Like I really feel like, at least my person, like it's doing it with men too, but it's like women are being really targeted with a lot of evils that's going on, or they just always be like this, and how it's affecting society. Because you know the image of females being vulnerable and having and females literally running the world, and it's like really affecting a lot. And yeah, a lot comes from the evils of men because we're just as accountable. No one, no man, no woman want to take accountability, no responsibility for their sins and their wrongs. And a lot has to do with just a lot of conditioning and programming that's implemented and applied inside of all of us. It makes us less caring people. People become more numb and apathetic and less inclined to follow their dreams and want to make a positive change and become the evils because we got targeted and got hit as children and now we're fucked up adults. I mean, well, most of us. My healing journey's been prosperous. I'm still a good person after everything I've been through in my life and just things. I'm thankful for God for that and just realize that I'm here doing this, making my videos, talking to y'all and trying to gather a following for a reason. God implement me to do so. Now I'm saying the universe implement me to follow my dreams. So hopefully I get somewhere with that and I find who's with me and help this world become a better place. But because this is what it's all about, man. It's hard to connect and bond with people because it's like a lot of environments, a lot of people are just toxic, and you can understand. And you may say it's just like you can understand people went through their problems and issues in life, but I feel like people use it too much as a crutch and excuse to just be shitty people that don't care. Because a lot of people really don't care, or they like to pretend that they don't care, and try to prove that they don't care so much by hurting other people. It's hard just hearing in real life or listening in music or seeing on social media like how much another human being will hurt another human being. Like honestly, the video I wanted to make was what I'm talking about. Just hurting people, because everyone is just so hurt and traumatized. Like I literally seen a video the other day where this girl was talking about like how she ain't the type of girl that has daddy issues and becomes a whore, but the type that'll cut you off, abandon you, act like the relationship didn't happen, and act like it was nothing because she didn't trust in the first place and just went with the flow. And that's someone that went through that, that type of emotional and psychological mental abuse and you know unavailability and neglect because in my back well I don't want to say back when because it was like a couple years ago with someone that just let life get to them. It's like a very unhealthy trend just to treat people like shit because of our own personal issues. Like, and what just growing up around an environment that I did, and I live in Jersey, so shit is real bad and negative and toxic and evil. How people are with attitudes and behavior and personalities and ways and beliefs and morals or lack thereof. A lot of people turn to drugs and sex and fighting and crime to vent all their frustrations, and now a lot of people want to be false game bangers. A lot of people got body counts in the double digits, and we're like only in our only well not me, but we're like in our early 20s, so we have lack of morals and dignity and standards, integrity and self love, respect, care, and work and value in this whole thought culture. A lot of people cheated on people. A lot of people wrecked each other's relationships. A lot of people robbed people. A lot of people fucked people up. And I grew up around a lot of bullying because I was bullied in school. I was harassed and name called and made fun of and all that. And a lot of shit that. And I always knew that, like, something was wrong. like, one thing us as humans gotta learn is to listen to our intuition and instincts and our awareness. And I was just always even when I wasn't aware of what was going on, because I don't know I didn't know as much as I do now, and I'm still learning. But I always just felt something wasn't right. Cause why is everyone treating people like shit? Why is everyone so mean? Why is everyone doing so much wild things? And it's crazy to just think about how sex and drugs and alcohol and just the partying and just fighting so much chaos was so implemented at such a young age. And a lot of people got exposed to a world they shouldn't have at such a young age. Like I first really got introduced to adult movies when I was like 10 or 11 through my own discovery. Because, remember late night Cinemax, HBO, that's another time. But it's just like, it just, a lot comes from just people trying to impress people and just be politically correct and just follow the narrative because people just want to be liked and accepted. And who doesn't want to be liked and accepted? But the thing is, a lot of people ain't who they say they ain't really who they say they are, even when they think they are themselves. You can just see it, and a lot of people just got a vacancy in them to not want to give a fuck because people are just so scared and afraid. And a person like me that's really following his dreams and path and just really themselves, and being around a lot of people I be around saying you shouldn't care about this and that, or should just in being a man as a black man, how black men really degrade a lot of women, black women, because of how they treat us and how they treat themselves and degrade themselves. It's just like it's sick. Cause like over the past couple of days, it's like a lot of this shit really isn't normal. It's all conditioned and programmed because we just try to follow a narrative of where we from. And I'm from Jersey, it's how wrongly we treat people. It's like it's hard to talk to people because a lot of people really don't got that emotional intelligence. A lot of people really don't care and too scared to care and create false boundaries, which is really them deflecting and avoiding confrontation. Not like on some conflict, but confronting because of fear. And a lot of people will rather do and follow the wrong things. But when you try to talk to them about some real shit, some positive, good, healthy shit, it's like you're too preachy and you're boring, you're corny. And I don't want to hear this, but it's like we follow so much. Why we follow so much negativity and wrong? It's like it's very backwards to me. A lot of us don't even know who nor what we truthfully are, and it's sad because we fell victim under the institutionalization of a lot of evil that's perpetuated to make it hard. And when you just find yourself, you just like, and I always going through this, but really going through this, and it's just like you don't want to be around nothing and nobody because you just know and just sense and see and feel how and aware of how wrong and shitty shit is, how shitty things and people are, how bad people are. And I was always someone that try to see the best and good in people. And one thing I learned is like you can't invest like all your hope, faith, belief, trust in people. Cause I always did that because I believe people were better, and ended up with a life of disappointment and trauma and pain and heartbreak. But you gotta invest that energy in yourself. But it's hard just being someone that's trying to that is good and wants to be on a righteous path and just feel like you made out to be holier than thou, quote unquote, or know it all, because people just don't understand your position. Like I was never really understood. I always been unique, different. I just been myself without even noticing I being myself because I was trying to seek, and gain validation accepted through others by buying people shit and doing shit for people. So when they like me and seeing that I'm a good person, I just end up wasting my love, my energy, and my time. You know what I mean? My care. But I don't regret it because that's just deep in my core, beyond like the second guessing and intrusive thoughts. That's who I truly am. I just want to be a person that selflessly shares and cares and gives, but People make it really hard because of the trauma and that's perpetuated and glamorized and idolized. Especially looking at these celebrities, quote unquote, that's run by a lot of the evils and the secret societies that want to corrupt us as people, whether it's what they do to black people or indigenous people or every Spanish people or through the LGBTQ, because everything is literally part of their plan. A lot of people are famous and a lot of things are perpetuated for a reason. Sex, drugs, money, violence, alcohol, smoking, drinking, like cheating, home wrecking. It's like the division of men and women and how wrong men and women do each other, especially in my community, like, and just what is perpetuated of being a man or a woman instead of just learning to actually be yourself. You know what I mean? People can't have conversations. People don't know how to answer questions. People avoid what's real. People avoid taking accountability for their sins and past. People feel like they don't owe explanations. People feel like they don't gotta be nice nor good. You know what I mean? But that shit should be human morale. Like, I feel like we all born with an inert sense of good. We all come out this world just simply loving and caring. Like, yeah, we can have our tantrums, but we love, we cling and attach to each other and shit. But it's just like this world and just going through the ordeals and tribulations and seeing how others does because of their pain affects us and change us to someone that we're not, and now we don't even know who we are. And people are afraid to be themselves because how shitty things people are. People are mad sarcastic and mad just shitty. People who say take things as jokes and don't see things for what they truly are. People don't want things to be that deep and say things are just not that deep. It's just a joke. You overreacting. You too sensitive. You overly emotional. You're annoying. It's just like, yo, these it's like human traits. It's crazy the amount, how much trauma and pain can alter you, and you don't even notice how much conditioning program is really out there because of games and television. And the most potent thing, like I said, social media and social media entertainment, because the devil really runs this thing. I feel like I can't even go to certain places to travel because of how much evil goes on there. Like, no offense if I got like friends and supporters from Florida or Atlanta, Georgia, Texas, or Cali, even here in Jersey, where I'm from and born and raised. But it's like you can't even go around a lot of places and things because it's, God is not there. You know what I mean? And I'm a person with God for love, for good, and loyalty to light. And a lot of places I just name, it's like literally the devil's playground. And if you get understand what I'm saying, you get it, understand what I'm saying. But if you don't, I'll break it down to you. Everything the devil and the evils is about, you know, seven deadly sins: sex, drugs, addiction, lying, cheating, stealing, home wrecking, philandering, gold digging, using, abusing. Just lack of human consciousness. You know what I mean? Becoming slaves to the rhythm. And you see how a lot of girls be dancing to a lot of these songs. How a lot of men be acting with wanting to hold guns and do all these drugs and sell all these drugs, and everyone just using each other as puppets for sex, and how we just degrade and dehumanize each other. That's why I mean, like, places like Florida and like Atlanta and just where I'm from. You know what I mean? That shit is just toxic. It's hard to support and rock with people that just be on that be inhabitants on such a toxic wave and then be mad at you for telling the truth. When they don't even understand where you coming from because you're so detached and free from it. Like, that's just been my life and how I've always been because God saved me. Like, I grew up in Orange, and that's like the hood of, or like, then that's like down the street. Well, it's like Essex County, and that's like down the street from like East Orange, and there's Newark, and there's Irvington, and Maplewood, and then I moved to Piscataway when I was 10, and I'm 20, and I've been here And now I'm 23. That's like over half my life, and that's like playing field, Piscataway stuff, and just I could have became so much of the wrong things with the friends I had, what I gone and been through in my relationship, how I was treated. I went through abuse without realizing it. I mean, I did at the end, but the girl I was with been through a lot. Like I'm very empathetic, but it's like I gotta learn to take and accept people as they are and what they make themselves as, and what people refuse to change. And it's just like I'm a very empathizing. Like I'm a good person, and it's okay to be good. It's good to be empathetic. It's good to be sensitive, because Lord knows that honestly, with me and hopefully other people out there still maintaining their like consciousness, their common sense, their awareness, their humanity, love. We're really in their sensitivity and love and emotions, not becoming apathetic and numb, just doing all this wild shit just to fill voids. We're really the strong ones in this world because we're still holding on and having our hope, even when people think it's worthless. I mean, people are afraid to communicate, express themselves, open up, tell the truth, stand up and fight because the weight of the world and bills and what's popular, drug dealing, OnlyFans, hoeing, thotting, sex, gold digging, fighting, drinking, smoking, drugging each other for sex. Cause as fucking teenagers, motherfuckers was doing that in like school, man. You want to get a girl high and drunk so they could fuck. It's like it's so sad. It's like people don't think about that. I feel like people don't really think about that shit. I mean, think about how young we was, man. And now look at us. It's like I said, what you see, people try so hard to be grown and adults, try to make themselves out to be a man or a woman because of what they seen or follow on social media or seen on in movies and television, social media. And now look how fucked up we are. Know what I'm saying? Shit not right, yo. Like shit is just, and I'm just someone that wants to make it right because people think when you say all these things, oh, you're negative, like you a bad vibe, bro. No negative. When it's like you're not even negative of being, you just confronting the truth. And a lot of people are afraid to vocalize and speak in their truths because social media and so many things and just ignorant people think things is like misogynistic or racist or sexist and just avoid, and cancel culture just ruins the freedom of speech and having an open mind. Like a lot of people become conformed, and that's what people. That's what the evils want. They want us to be conformed. They want us to be slaves to the narrative. They want to make people empty. They want to make people not care, to not think, to not feel, to not love, to not. They don't want us to bond and connect. They don't want us to reveal the truth because they want us to be slaves. Kanye was right when he was saying like, "Yo, we're modern day slaves. We slaves to the rhythm. We slaves to social media. We slaves to conditioning programming. We slaves to sex. We slaves to drugs. We slaves to violence. We slaves to cheating, disloyalty. We're literally slaves. And what is needed is what we lacking. We lack, in all sense of the words, if you're Christian, or you Catholic, or Muslim, or just your own spiritual, we lack God. God, if your own definition is like love and good, and that is like and that lacks because the devil is running shit in this world, man. And people that live for the devil and the evils are the ones at top. People become evil and do bad because they see bad and evil was succeeding and progressing when we was children. And now they became that, and now they feel like it's too late for them. It's not going back because of what we've seen and been projected onto by things, by subliminals, and just because of our own personal trauma and pain. And just people being hurt, people hurting people, like J. Cole said. And it's not an excuse. And people got a lot of atonement and repentance that's coming their way. Because God, karma is real and God's going to make sure it happens. But to all the ones out there that's still living for the hope and the good and loyalty and celibacy and being or virgins or sobriety, It's like, why can't we promote that being positive? We promote all the evils. Why can't we? Let's promote the positive shit, man. Let's help because, like, yo, we doing this for the children and the kids are the what that need the most. Like, men, let's embrace our masculinity, not the toxic masculinity, but just who we truthfully are. And ladies, embrace your feminine side. You know what I mean? Like, if you're straight, let's be okay with being straight. If you gay, be okay with being gay. Not the whole agenda that's being pushed. Because I'm pretty sure y'all see it. A lot of these corporations don't give a fuck about you. They just profiting off y'all. And I ain't gonna get in on. Matter of fact, I'm gonna say that for another time because people get real defensive, and we're controversial, not commercial over here. But on the real, man, I was just thinking about something that I wanted to say, but I can't fucking remember it. I hate when that shit happens because I just be having so much going through my spirit and heart and mind. But yeah, we just gotta get our shit together, and I feel like the time is coming because no matter how much anxiety and depression that we may have, or mental and emotional, chemical, psychological issues, or what we believe we have because of what we learned or been conditioned on just reading things is happening for the good if you let it. You gotta be and become everything that you want. And just not just relationship wise, but just humane wise. And if a lot of people treat you like shit, that's their personal problem, not yours. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't care, that's them, not you. Don't let these people that gave in turn you into somebody that you're not. Be yourself. It's okay to be you. But don't be like you being like psychotic and sociopathic and narcissistic and lustful, promiscuous, and just a lot of crazy things, man. Or having to think that no one's loyal, then fall into polyamorous or open relationships because the foundation of relationships is going down the drain. Like, look at me. It's okay to fight for what's right and do good. We need more leaders. We need more heroes. We need more positive, healthy, good, real influences. It's time for a revolution. And if you're really spiritually inclined and aware, I think you feel that things about to happen. We at the precipice where good and evil at its height, and it's time to make a choice. And it's time to choose what side that you want to be on. But anyway, I'm gonna stop right now so I can get ready to work. But thank you for sitting with me. I had to get some things on my chest. It's time to wake up. It's time. And until next time, I'll catch y'all later. Peace.